Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitz from ATF Gaming and welcome to the 2018 NASCAR Chase Predictions video where I'm going to predict every single chase driver for all three series, Cup, Xfinity, and Truck Series. And yeah, this is probably going to be dead wrong. We can obviously revisit this once their chase starts to see how wrong I was, but considering how bad I am at prediction videos, look at my driver predictions videos from last year and you'll see why. But I thought I'd give it another effort. Predictions videos seem to do well on this channel compared to other things, so we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. So without further ado, let's start with the Cup Series. So with the Cup Series, I divided it up into three categories. We got the for sure's, unless if something catastrophic happens, they will be in the chase. We got the most likely will be in the chase, and the underdog slash unknown category. So we go from if I'm wrong in this first section, something really stupid happened. If I'm wrong in this second section, still something stupid had to happen. But if I'm wrong in this third section, it's okay. So let's start with the no-doubters. Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, and Kyle Larson. If any of these guys don't make the chase, it'll be an absolute catastrophic nightmare. The only person I could possibly see maybe struggling is Kevin Harvick. He's been kind of on the downward spiral, and Stewart-Haas has a lot of new things going on this year. So that would be the only one that I could possibly see getting out, unless if one of these drivers gets injured. Obviously nobody wants that, but that's always the case in a racing sport. So that's the no doubters. These six drivers should be in the chase regardless of what happens. Now for the most likelies. Four drivers here: Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Eric Jones. Some of you might be thinking, Eric Jones, we don't really know what he can do, but he's going to be in Matt Kenseth's car, and Joe Gibbs as a whole is going to be really good this season. So I think Jones will be fine. Elliott, obviously, he's going to get his first win this year. If he doesn't get this win this year, then he's literally cemented himself as the never going to get a win second place driver for all of time. He's going to be the new Mark Martin of the championship. But yeah. So Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano will make it back in the chase this year. Last year was a fluke for him. I think he's hungry now, so I think he'll make the chase. Now for the section that is kind of I'm unsure of. The underdogs, and then I'll put in kind of the unknown section. Daniel Suarez. I said in my bold predictions video that he was going to do well this year, and I think he will. Just look at how he progressed in the Xfinity Series. His first year he was terrible, but his second year he won the championship. So he learns quickly, and he had some good finishes towards the end of last season. So Suarez will be in the chase. William Byron will be in the chase. I think combination of he succeeded at every level he's been to. Hendrick on the upswing with the new Chevrolet body. William Byron will be in the chase, whether that's a win or a points position, who knows. Ryan Blaney switching over to Penske, I think will be in. Ryan Newman has been super fast in the test sessions, and I think he's hungry to have one more shot at it before he may consider retirement. Alex Bowman, I think he's going to do well. Do I think he'll win? I don't know. But if there's not 16 winners, I think he has a good shot at the chase. A.J. Allmendinger. I think he's finally going to do it. He's finally going to do it. He's finally going to win a road course and get into the chase in this winner-get-in format. I think he's going to be super hungry this year because there is a road course in the chase with the Charlotte Roval. So I think he's going to be even more aggressive at Sonoma and Watkins Glen, and even some of the other tracks he does well at Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond, those short tracks. I think he's going to be really aggressive, and I think he can make the chase this year. So, notable people who did not make the chase. Jamie McMurray. McMurray, I think he'll do well, and I think he's going to be the first one out of the chase. But he just has not been able to break through for a win. I would be thrilled if he does, but I don't see it happening. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., I think last year was a fluke. Ford's going to struggle this year. His only shot is at a restrictor plate track, and it's just a toss up. You never know. So I don't think he'll make the chase. Paul Menard, he's going to do a lot better this year with Wood Brothers, but he's not going to make the chase. Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, and Kurt Busch, 3 of the 4 Stewart Haas cars. Again, Ford is going to be slow this year at non-restrictor plate tracks. So I think those 3 are going to have a struggle to get into the chase. So that's my Cup Series chase prediction. Now we have the Xfinity Series chase predictions. Now these lower 2 series are obviously a lot more up in the air, but I'm basing this off of what I know as far as who's running full-time, who's not, stuff like that. So the most likeliest will be in the chase: Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, and Tyler Reddick. I think all 6 of those guys will not have any issue getting into the chase, obviously, unless if something happens. Tyler Reddick, he did really well at the end of last season for Chip Ganassi. He moves over to Junior Motorsports, and I think he's going to do really well. Hemrick and Custer had a great end of the year last year. Christopher Bell was excellent in the Truck Series, and then Sadler and Allgaier are the 2 veterans in the sport now. So those are the most likelies, and that's half of the Xfinity Chase field. They have a field of 12. Now for the unknown/underdogs. We got Matt Tifft. He's moving over to Richard Childress from Joe Gibbs. I think that'll be an upgrade for him. Ryan Truex, he's taking over the 11 Calling Racing car from Blake Cook. I think he's going to do well this year. I think he might even get a win. Who knows? Austin Cindric, I don't want to say this, but I think Austin Cindric will make the chase just based off of the lack of really good drivers in the Xfinity Series this year. He's going to be running full-time between running the 60 car for Roush Fenway, which he's splitting with Briscoe and who's the other one? Briscoe and Majeski, Ty Majeski. By any races, he's not racing in the 60 car. He's going to be racing with Penske either in the 22 or the 12. So he's going to run the full schedule, so I think he'll qualify for the chase. Ryan Reed always manages to get in there, usually winning a restrictor plate in order to get there. Brandon Jones, he's moving over to Joe Gibbs, so I think he'll be better than where he was at Richard Childress. And really, Spencer Gallagher, he's just, there's not many people to choose from, unless like a team like JD Motorsports, Johnny Davis Racing, unless if they get going. Because they have four cars: Ross Chastain, Vinnie Miller, Matt Mills, and somebody else, Harrison Rhodes, I think maybe. Unless if that team gets going, or like Ryan Sieg Racing gets going, there's not that many options for this Xfinity Series. So Spencer Gallagher, last year was GMS's first really foray into the Xfinity Series. Same for Gallagher. He struggled last year. I think he'll be better this year, and really with the lack of talent, I hate to say that, in the Xfinity Series, I think he'll do well. So notable names not in. Michael Annett, he struggled last year, and I think with Junior Motorsports running four and sometimes 5 cars, he's going to be the odd man out again this year. Ross Chastain, like I said, with JD Motorsports, he's kind of the biggest name there. Kaz Gralla, he's moving over from the Truck Series to JGL Motorsports or Racing. I don't know. JGL Racing, I think is. I don't think he'll make the chase. Dylan Lumpton on the same team, and Jeremy Clements. He was the underdog story of last season, but I don't think he'll make the chase this year. So on to the Camping World Truck Series. Only 8 drivers make it in, so this is a lot harder to predict. Because the Camping World Truck Series, they have a lot of people who could probably make it, unlike the Xfinity Series, where it's kind of limited. But the Camping World Truck Series, most likely will be Matt Craft and Johnny Sauter, Ben Rhodes. Those 3 were really well. Craft and Sauter are obviously the veterans of the sport. Rhodes is starting to become a veteran. This will be his 3rd season. And I think he'll finally get another. Well, did he get a win at the end of last year? I don't remember. But I think he'll do well. And Noah Gragson, he's now the headline of Kyle Busch Motorsports with Christopher Bell moving over to the Xfinity Series. So I think he's going to do much better with that win last year at the end of the year. I think he'll have the momentum to make the chase. So that's half of the field right there. Other half of the field, unknowns and underdogs. Grant Enfinger, second year at ThorSport. I think he'll do well. Brett Moffitt taking over for Ryan Truex in the 16 Shiggy Hattori Enterprises. I think he'll do well. Dalton Sargent, he is going to be for GMS this year. He is a ARCA guy, moving over from the ARCA series, I believe. If not, then the K&N series. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But I think he'll do well. And Myatt Snyder, he's running for ThorSport this year, coming over from a part-time schedule with Kyle Busch last year. I think he'll do well. ThorSport usually has a few competitive cars. And Snyder did pretty well in his limited opportunities with Kyle Busch. So with that, these are the notables not making it. Cody Coughlin, he is going to be racing for GMS this year, I believe. He's in a different number. He's not with ThorSport, so I believe it's GMS. Justin Haley, same story, GMS. And then Stuart Friesen with the, I don't even remember. I think it's Friesen Racing or something. Those would be the notables out. Friesen, he obviously has a good shot as any at Eldora, but he just hasn't been able to get it done the last couple years. And Haley, lack of experience. Coughlin just never seemed to have it good last year, and he was with a top-tier team. So that's why I don't think those guys will make it. So, what is this, going to be a 12-minute video? That is who I think is going to be in the chase this year. Be sure to leave a comment with who you think will be in the chase for all three series, or just compare to my roster and say who I think is good, who you think I had in that's going to be wrong, vice versa. If you would like to say, oh, Aaron, I agree with you 100%, please do, because that makes me feel better about myself. But yeah, that is it. Obviously, as we get closer to the end of the season, we can look back at this and see how wrong I was. And then I'll obviously have another video about what I think will happen in the chase, much like I did last year. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. And click that little notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.